Hi, good afternoon, and welcome everybody. Today is our first part of the multi episode series where we are encouraging and inviting our alumni from the Wellinger Institute of Management PGP Media and Entertainment program to come on screen and share their journeys and interesting stories which they are experiencing in their careers in the world of media and entertainment. In this context, today we have Ms. Chainali Vyas, one of our fantastic students, one of the most active students during her college days on our V School campus in Mumbai. And later on, she transformed so very well that she started coming back to the institute also as a visiting faculty, works with one of the finest and one of the most reputed media groups, Ogilvy, in India as a client servicing manager. She's also been teaching as a visiting faculty in Wellinger, and most important, she was rated this year and awarded as 30 under 30 by the Impact magazine. It's a very big honor, and congratulations, Chainali, to you for that.
Thank you. Thank you so much,
Yeah,
sir.
we are really happy, Chainali, to have you today. The audience today comprises of the incoming batch of the Wellinger PGP Media and Entertainment Post-Graduation Program, faculty members, and a lot of your friends who are listening to you across multi-channels today. So welcome to you.
Sure.
I don't want to introduce you formally because we want to know your journey. Today's session is a story session, an informal session to know the exciting journey as a young media executive which you have been experiencing, and what is the lesson that you would like to share, your learnings, your experiences, the various things you do with client side, the strategy side, branding side, and how you manage the balance in a very, very dynamic industry, media and entertainment. Yeah, so all over
Absolutely.
to you. So we would like to know your journey from student days, not even at Wellinger, but before that, what made you come to this entire exciting field? So all yours, Shainali.
Uh, sure, sir. Okay. So I think I was very clear from a very early beginning in the sense that, when I passed my 10th, I was at a phase where most students would kind of either take commerce or science because that's what you get into, especially if you have great percentage. I've always believed that you are the best person to know what's your calling. So it doesn't matter what other people think. It doesn't matter whether whether you will have a big degree or not. But what you do, and as far as you like it, that's what matters. So I was the one who ended up taking arts. And initially, actually, I wanted to get into journalism, but then when I got into BMM, when I got into mass media, I did my BMM from UPG College, and when I got into BMM, over the period of the years, I kind of felt that probably advertising is actually a better way to go, considering what our media is today, considering what journalism has become today, and also for the whole fact that I also started to realize the impact that advertisements also have on us, right? I mean, for me, it's not just, an advertisement is not just about selling a particular product. It's also about changing perceptions, changing attitudes, making people believe in your product, your brand, etc. The way a brand particularly tells a particular story, it matters a lot. And that is what I mean. These are things that you use in your day-to-day life. So you are kind of making a change to people also. So that's when I said that, okay, advertising is probably my calling and I'd like to go there. Once I was done with my BMM, I did a short internship, at Famous Studio. I worked as a line producer, which was completely off grid. But I thought, no harm trying, just trying to learn the craft or whatever. And then parallelly, I was also giving all my tests. I was giving CET, NMAT, CMAT, CAT, everything, because I was like, probably I'll try MBA in marketing, or if I get into a media course, then nothing like it. And I had actually gotten admission in another college, but I was just waiting that if I kind of get a call from Wellinger, so I was just giving it that one chance. And I still remember I was on a holiday, and I think I got a call from Wellinger saying that you've got the admission. And my interview was also fantastic. So at that point of time, my dean, you'd know, sir, was Mr. Aditya Bhatt, who is now the content head at Geo. Aditya sir interviewed me, and the interview was exactly for about 2 minutes. He just asked, what is it that you want to do through this course, etc. And in that interview, I had said that. So he asked me, what would you like to do after this particular course? And I said, sir, I want to get into advertising. And he said, which firm? And I said, Ogilvy.
Wow.
So I was very clear. Yeah. I was very, very clear as to what I wanted to do. So it was just like 2 minutes interview and I was done. And I was surprised that even after that, I got a call from Wellinger saying I've got the admission, etc. So that was up until I got into Wellinger. Then obviously the course happened, and then after the course, I think I went to another place to give an interview through Campus once, and then I, finally through some opportunity got to give an interview at Ogilvy, and then it is my first job, and I'm very
Wow.
blessed because it's also the first job at the dream place. So yeah.
Okay. But that's really something to appreciate, because media world is known for people switching jobs very, very frequently, you know.
Right.
So how did you maintain that entire sanity for 5 years to continue with the same organization? So what's your life actually as a media executive or as a client service? What you do exactly at Ogilvy?
I'll address that also. So I started off itself as a client servicing executive. When I joined, I was just an assistant account executive. So I was actually level 1 because this is the first job, etc. As of today, I'm a group account manager because I've completed five odd years. So my lead brand is Tata Sky, and I create communication and ads for them, strategies, etc. for that brand. And I've been with the brand for 5 years. It's not even like I've switched the brand also in these years. So there's been a lot of consistency. The reason why I stuck to Ogilvy is because actually I've never got a reason to kind of feel that this is not the place that I want to be in, or etc. I think I have amazingly great people around me. We have colleagues who are, like families. We have colleagues who actually understand. I have great mentors at Ogilvy. And the same thing again, it's also how you take it, right? Like if like you said, so life, I won't lie, also life in media is difficult for sure, but it's also how you take it. Every day is a new challenge, at least that's how I look at it. I think every day you're trying to solve, or you're trying to crack a new problem, right? Like for example, if this is an ad, or this is a campaign, or this is something that my client wants, it could be a small poster, it could be a big strategy, it could be anything. But how do you kind of approach it? How do you kind of want to grow the brand and therefore grow your organization also? Stuff like that. I've learned a lot of things at Ogilvy. I think a lot of what I am today is also, Ogilvy has played a great and a huge part in that.
Yeah. But Chainali, what is a typical day in a life of a group or
Account manager.
account manager or a client servicing manager? What do youngsters like you do in agencies?
Okay, so I'll kind of talk about my role, especially into client servicing. So any client servicing person is the face of the organization for the client. You're technically servicing your client, right? So for example, everything that you do for them, whether you create press ads, whether you create television ads, any kind of strategy, or everything that you do for your client, and at the same time you're also somebody who has to kind of work in tandem with every function within your organization. So I'm into client servicing, but I also have to work very closely with my creative partners, with my planners, with the finance department, with the studio department who works on artworking and stuff like that. So you are exposed to all of these three, at least a holistic understanding, or even if you don't, once you come into this industry, you're groomed to kind of have a little bit of perspective on everything. So a typical day in our life is like I said, it's kind of trying to crack a new ad, a new brief. Typically a client would brief us saying that this is the market that we want to go out to, this is our target market, this is what we want to do. For example, it could be I want to launch a new product, or if it's an existing product, I want to launch a new pack. Sometimes it's about subscribing to things, etc. Sometimes it's about getting somebody to the store, or whatever it is. Whether it's buying, creating purchases, or developing consideration, like we said. These are quite technical terms that I'm using, but I'm sure a lot of media students will understand. If not today, once they do the course, they'll understand. So yeah, so basically within the consumer funnel, what do you do for that brand is what we do on a day-to-day basis. There are of course new briefs, there are old briefs that you keep working on. A lot of times you have to be quite equipped to face. I mean, every new brief is to be treated differently, right? At a holistic level, you probably are working on briefs only, but again, every brief is different, every task is different, every target market is different. So how do you do something for each market differently is also what matters, and what you bring to the table. That's also something that matters.
Wow. But then see, Chainali, what we understand also ki it's a very, very diverse activity on a daily basis, client servicing to client facing roles, and then you give back the
Right,
briefs to your creative teams, and then also look at the
right,
media. So,
right.
it very clearly means ki a person with super specialized skills is not something which the media industry is looking for, and somebody who has
Absolutely,
diverse skills across, integrated skills is something what one will look at.
absolutely. Absolutely, sir. So, like I was saying, that's what I think today it is very, very important to have 360 degree understanding, 360-degree approaches to everything that you do. Even my clients, a lot of time now that, when a client wants to do a big scale campaign, they are not just looking at TV as a medium. They will want to scale it up from TV to, a print medium, to a radio, to an outdoor, or for example, something that you're doing on ground. Today digital is also picking up, so you also have to create a synergy between the ad that goes on television and what you see on digital. And again, while creating synergy, you also have to keep the mediums in place. For example, just to give you a small example, if I have to, for example, this is what we do on Tata Sky. Say, for example, I want a customer to kind of avail the Tata Sky connection. On TV, I will show my ad and end the ad by saying that to get a new connection, call on this number, or maybe visit the website. On the digital piece, I will have to say that click here, it will take you to the website or something. So every behavior of that particular medium also has to be seen through, thought through, very nicely and thoroughly.
So with such kind of a complex role now, what is your view on the V School program which we did, the projects which you must have done, or the internships which did they help you, the Wellinger experience
A
of one
lot,
year?
a lot, sir, a lot. So I did the, obviously when I joined, it was only an 11 months program, and today, we
Same
also
now.
have.
No, we run a
Yeah,
very successful 11-month program, two batches
correct,
now.
correct, yeah. But now we also have a 2 years program.
Yes, yes,
When
that's
I
the
Yeah.
demand.
Right. So when I joined, it was an 11th month program, but a lot of things that we did during the course helped me at a very large scale. In fact, I think it also helped me in some ways get the job. So there was a presentation that we had done. Me and my batchmates had done. I think it was a presentation we did for campaign planning for Benny Sir, and we did a complete campaign planning presentation for Royal Enfield. That was a brand we took during the course, and we developed a full-fledged presentation on what will we do, what will the communication strategy be, what will the big idea be, etc. And then when I went for my job interview at Wellinger, so at Ogilvy, they kind of asked, obviously they'll ask you other questions and all, but at the end they also asked that, do you have anything that you want to show us? And I said, yeah, sir, I have these presentations that I've done during college, and I'd like to show that to you. And I opened the Royal Enfield presentation, and my senior VP at that point of time looked at it and said, this is something that you guys have made? And I was like, yeah, sir, this is something that we made in college. And he was like, this is fantastic. And I'm like, thank you. And, so a lot of things. So, I mean, everything I look at it. There was another subject called script writing that we had, where Mr. Rishabh Lumba sir would kind of come and teach us scripts. And it was a very interesting course because though he taught us the craft of, films and script writing and stuff like that, but I also kind of think that learning has helped us a lot. For example, he would always say that for any story, the conflict is what matters the most. Whenever we look at any film, it has a particular format, it has a
Yes.
conflict, and then how do you solve it, and it had characters, etc. I think the same is important in everything that we do. Even if I'm writing a customer brief or whatever, or a client brief, I have to think on what is the problem that my client is trying to solve, right? What is it that we kind of deep dive into? What are we trying to solve? And then we will kind of weave a story around that. So a lot of things, if I kind of look at it from a derivative approach, I have derived from a lot, as learnings from what we learned during the course.
Fantastic. In fact, the entire idea of the Wellinger 11-month program is to give you a glimpse of the entire industry,
Entire industry.
In
Yeah,
11 months, we want to take you through marketing, advertising, branding, digital,
absolutely,
sports. Because see, again,
absolutely.
Tata's big into sports and those kind of areas. If you don't know as a student, I don't think you will perform well as a employee in any company if you don't have the knowledge of the entire media, marketing, entertainment industry. So we are also on the
Totally.
very strong view at Wellinger. It has to be a integrated 360-degree program and not a
Yeah,
very
yeah,
super specialized. Because when
yeah.
we are
And
times when
also,
we are interviewing, students, and in fact
right,
when students are listening to us also, they say मुझे event manager बनना है, मुझे wedding
right,
planner बनना है, मुझे सिर्फ digital social media manager बनना है.
right.
But then we are trying to propagate this idea was that only social media manager can take you only little. But
Little,
if you
yeah.
have a full-fledged post-graduation where you are a social media digital manager and also understand script writing, as you said, and also you know how to coordinate on the client front and do multiple presentations, I think you are a holistic media manager.
Completely. So even when we were kind of studying, Mangesh Borsai sir had kind of, once given us a project where it was a live project. So I think during the class or whatever, he once sent us out. He asked us to go to some shops and, retail outlets near Wellinger. And we went there and, he gave us different brands. So for example, he would say somebody pick up Cadbury, somebody pick up Dettol, and just go and see, first of all, how these products are stacked, then also kind of see how do people buy it, what is the purchase behavior, maybe ask a few questions to the shopkeeper, maybe ask a few questions to people around you and see what variant of the product are people buying more, etc. So these learnings have today helped a lot. At that point of time, probably some of us will understand what is happening, some of us may not, but when you look at it at a hindsight, you understand that, okay, all of that was giving you a little bit of a learning into what we had to do today.
So true, so true. And that's the knowledge which you accumulated, and as in the due course, it's a
Right,
so slow
right.
release you will use as and when you move ahead, I guess. Right?
Exactly, because that's what we do now when we kind of, into client servicing, or even as a planner, when you go out, meet customers, meet dealers. Now these are things that you have to see.
So now, since we are on the Wellinger batch, and so what are your batchmates doing now? Are you in touch with them, the alumni, the people who passed with
I
you? You had 50 odd people then, I think, in 2015.
completely. In fact, Wellinger is the only place, wherein we all of us still have the same WhatsApp group live even today for the
Wow.
past 6 years. Yeah, we're all, and obviously I have a separate group with my own close friends also from the batch. But yeah, all of us are very much in touch. We keep meeting, or we at least keep talking. A lot of my friends are into different industries. I have people who are into film marketing, into media planning, into PR, different places. But yeah, so everybody is doing well. Somebody is also into filmmaking.
Very nice, very
Yeah,
nice. So also, many of you all must have gone in the corporate world after the Wellingers program. But the
right,
new trend which we are seeing now, and a lot of questions we get from students, and even the students who are passing out from us,
right,
is about freelancing.
right.
So how do you look at these opportunities of gig economy and freelancers in the media and entertainment sector after doing the Wellingers program? Because you've gone through the process. So, what's your view on
Right.
that, Chaitanya,
So,
about
so
freelancing and
I'd
project
say
work?
freelancing has its own. Yeah, so I think freelancing has its own pros and cons. I have people at Ogilvy also who are also, I mean, they're full-time employees here, but they also do some stuff, for freelance, etc. In terms of pros, I would say that yes, I mean, people typically do it because they want to do something of their own, or they want some
Totally.
additional source of income, or everybody has their own reasons. A lot of cons are also so that you are very dependent. I mean, over there it's a project to project thing, right? Maybe a month you're lucky and you get projects, maybe a month is very dull and you don't get stuff. So you have to be prepared. In my view, I think it's always important to have at least one fixed thing. Maybe even if you like to do something as a freelancer, you can do it, separately. But yeah, I don't think one should kind of completely go into just that and leave a full-time work job aside.
So true. But this program also encourages the Wellinger program, enables you to start something on your own because it's a management program.
Totally. Totally. So, and in fact, like I said, because Wellinger, especially the MNE program encourages you to kind of learn so much, you always can, kind of place your hands on different things. Like, for example, like you yourself mentioned in my introduction, I started teaching also. I also started to do presentations for a lot of, like, because, when I was at Wellinger, that's when I discovered that, okay, I probably can be good at making presentations also.
Wow.
So not just writing them, but even designing them. So, that's when I started to develop this skill of working on, it's a simple software, it's a simple tool, PowerPoint. But I kind of started to learn more out of it, make better presentations. It helps me at the client business also. It also helps me do stuff otherwise. For example, I want to create some simple things I created on PowerPoint presentations and help people. So yeah, it does help you a lot.
So also, one more transformation which everybody is talking, especially after COVID, and it was already happening, is on the digital transformation front.
Right.
So how do youngsters like you keep yourself abreast? So have you taken up any learning, because you came from a conventional media-led print, hardcore Ogilvy
Right.
background, whereas the shift is happening now
Right.
towards digital.
Yeah.
So how do you merge both of them?
So, I think that's what one of the great things of working in a corporate world is also that it keeps on constantly pushing you to do better. So even if one is from the mainland and doesn't know so much about the digital thing, at least they will push you to take up some basic course, or they will themselves sometimes train you, or teach you things that will help you kind of be prepared. For example, when we entered the lockdown, if you would have noticed at that point of time, a lot of ads that would come on TV were majorly shot on phone, and put up, like they were shot, they were real people, real families shot on phone and put up on air and stuff like that. Then again, with time, we kind of started to accept the reality that this is how the new normal is going to be. And we kind of started to embrace that. And then a lot of production houses and agencies said that, okay, we'll work remotely, we will do shoots on Zoom calls, etc. And we'll probably have a limited crew, like not as much as we used to have earlier, but maybe we'll have like about 20 people or whatever, and come in and shoot over there. So it's always important to kind of embrace new stuff. Like even you said, from mainline to digital, we kind of kept on.
Yeah.
Even I took up a small course that would help me. We have a lot of trainings at Ogilvy also that help us. And not just that, we also kind of, I'm currently doing a course on behavioral economics that kind of helps,
Wow.
behavioral science. Yeah. So I'm also kind of trying to study that.
Wow.
Yeah, because today, I mean, I genuinely feel that as and when we progress, I think creative, I mean, to put it, probably creative strategy will probably take on more importance than just design. I mean, design, if you look at a lot of digital stuff itself today, so there are so many apps wherein you can design simple posters, banners, simple videos, etc. What will help companies and brands tomorrow is the fact that what is it that the agency brings to the table which is different from an input level. How well do they know the customer? How
Yes.
well do they know whether the customer will kind of do something? What are their perceptions? What are their attitudes, etc.? And how do we address that? That is something that I feel will matter.
So true. So it's absolutely a openness to learn new
Right.
things and keep adding up. Otherwise, you are not able to add
Right.
value to the client.
Right.
So,
And you have to
very
keep
clearly
growing, sir,
looks
because
like.
like I said, the COVID example is the best example, in that way. I mean, nobody probably imagined this time last year that we would all go under lockdown. But once we did, everybody had to prepare for how long will you just stay at home and do nothing, right? So people have to kind of start embracing new things, have to learn more, and have to be better prepared.
So since Chainali, we are now on learning and try new things. What is your view and your advice to the youngsters on internships? Because I'm seeing some questions on internships. People want only paid internships, or how do they approach agencies like yours for internships, and what is the scope there?
Right. So, as of, like I said, I don't believe in lying to people, especially to students. So yes, in today's world, most of the companies don't offer paid internships. But I feel, again, see, if the motive of a student is to go and learn, then whether you're getting paid for learning or not shouldn't matter. Because what you will learn today will any which ways help you get paid tomorrow once you get a job. So
Yes.
yeah, so I think that yeah, maybe when we start, in any way, when we start, we are too early. I mean, did we get paid to learn in school? We didn't, right? Our schools
Yes,
also
so
had
true.
practical.
You paid
Yeah,
to learn.
correct,
Yeah.
exactly. So, I mean, yeah,
So
I
nice.
mean, yeah. So, I think practical learning was given to us in schools also, in colleges also. But at that point of time, you were the one who's paying to kind of, groom yourself and learn more. Similarly, at an internship stage, I think if you're lucky enough, okay, you'll get paid. If you're not, never mind. But I think the more important thing is to know what are you getting out of that internship. If you think that yes, you've learned a lot, you've groomed a lot, it'll anyway help you, earn better tomorrow.
So completely agree with that. Also, now what happens, Chenali, with this entire disruption which has happened? Are there going to be jobs that are getting created, or what kind of jobs are getting created in the media entertainment industry for youngsters in the months and years to come? Are you seeing any shift in the job roles for younger audience?
So, sir, if I were to say, I mean, yes, there are, I mean, as we grow better, as of now, probably we have a lot of levels. Maybe once we grow, the levels will be bucketed or etc. And, we'll have roles, where things are normal for somebody who's within a range of 1 to 3 years of experience or etc. But yeah, in terms of newer roles, I also think that yes, we have very different kind of profiles today. I mean, even if you look at agencies, you are not just hiring somebody into account manage. Sometimes, there's also a mix. You are just looking at somebody from a strategic, understanding. I also have a cousin who works in another firm. She said that she's actually doing the job of two people. I mean, she is also strategizing, but she's also creating some ads for social media on her own. So it's becoming very, very, very interesting, as and when we move forward. So yes, maybe there are newer profiles that will open up. And like I said, if we kind of look at what companies are doing today, like I said, I mean, I didn't know what behavioral economics is 5 years back.
So
But
true.
today but yeah, today I'm seeing a lot of companies focus on that. A lot of brands taking very, very strong, roles, etc. So yes, maybe newer profiles will get defined as and when we go ahead.
But the only solution I feel to address this jobs of tomorrow is a understanding of the entire macroeconomy, various
Absolutely.
aspects of media industry, and most important, a very positive attitude to
Yeah,
learn new things and apply new things. Learn
absolutely.
early, fail early, and again try. That's what I think.
Yes, and
Because
and there is no problem in failing, sir. I mean, it's
so
not like
true.
nobody makes mistakes. People make mistakes everywhere. And the more important thing is to accept that failure, to kind of develop or recognize a learning from it and apply that and try and not repeat it. That's all. There's
So
no
true.
problem in failing ever.
So true.
I also feel that, yeah, I also feel like you said, sir, what is more important is to understand that there is opportunity everywhere. And
So true.
in fact, I would say that not just, learnings of media and entertainment, but everything, right? I mean, we are constantly being told that, we were told during Belinkar also that, one must read more often, read different things. Like even if you're into advertising or into films, you need to understand different cultures of people also.
Yes.
So to kind of be able to solve a problem for somebody who's sitting in Ahmedabad versus somebody who's sitting in Bihar, they're two very different kind of people, two
Markets.
very different mindsets. Again, and those are completely different to somebody who's sitting in Tamil Nadu. So you need to have an understanding of each of this audience. What do they do, and again have a very open perspective. It doesn't matter what you think of somebody personally. When
Yes.
it comes to a professional level, you need to embrace everything as if it was your own. So it's very important to have a very open mind and open perspective, and kind of see opportunity in that and develop that.
So true. I completely agree with you on that, channel. But now I want to come to that very prestigious moment and happy moment for you, and a very proud moment for the Wellinger Institute of Management, where you got such a prestigious award. What was your journey for 30 under 30? Yeah. So how it all began? What was the process? Did you go through any nomination, any interviews? What was that? We
Yeah.
want to really know that, you know.
So, to be very honest, my company had been nominating me for 3 years.
Okay.
And throughout, I felt that, maybe I'm either, too young, or probably I don't deserve it. I mean, I work on, principally I work on one brand. Yes, it's a different thing that one brand is very big. I mean, for
Big.
Ogilvy, Tata Sky and Vodafone are very, very big brands. we have one of the largest teams working on these brands. So yeah, but I was like, I'm never going to get it with this. And I always any which ways feel, I think even today, even after winning, I think the main reason why I won it is because of the people I have at Ogilvy, is because of the learnings that I have had at Ogilvy, at Belinker, and all everywhere. I mean, my school, my college, my family, whatever. Because so I think in even if you look at the case that went, it kind of begins by saying dare to dream big, and I think that
Wow.
is fostered into you only if you have it at you, or within you, at a very young age, or in your work profile, etc.
So
Like I
what was
said,
the gist of the case? Means what was that? And
so the case essentially talked about this only, that how at a very young age I had this, this dare to dream big and all of that. So basically, I was always somebody, like I said. So a lot of, like you very rightly said, so a lot of people will not sustain in the media industry because it's very hectic. It has its own pressures, etc. I sustain because I really, really like what I do, and I think that is what makes you, remain, or makes you sustain in what you are. So when I like I said, I don't look at advertising as bas khali yahan ye bech ke aana. It's not that. I think one of the reasons why, it's a strong statement that I'm going to make now, but I think one of the main a big reason why we also have the government that we have today is because of Achhe Din. It's the power of advertising. It's the power of what you're told. The way in which you are told, etc. So yes, advertising does play a big role in the decisions that you make for your day-to-day purchases, for things that you believe in, for things that you do. And in that manner, sir, again, like I said, every day when I'm reading upon something new, or when I'm embracing a new problem and trying to tackle that, that's where I felt that okay, I want to do it. When I entered the organization, I had a lot of fears. Will I kind of mix with people? Will people be nice to me? Will I learn, not learn, etc. But I learned a lot. It pushed me to do so many things. I used to kind of not really like multitasking, or I was not very comfortable with it before I joined the corporate world. But
okay.
when I stepped in the first year itself, I think there was this day when at the end of the day, because I think a lot of teammates had gone for meetings, etc. And I think I was the only one in office and handling my work and others' work and all of that. At the end of the day, I realized, oh my God, I've done 18 tasks in a day.
Okay.
So, and that's when I realized that, okay, this was, a big thing that I had in my mind, that I will never be able to do multitasking. But yeah, today I've embraced that. Similarly, like when we started, obviously when you start, you are first taught the basics, like artworking, how to release stuff correctly, how to ensure that what you're sending to the client is right, wrong, etc. But as you grow, you're also taught leadership. You're taught, you're also taught mentorship and a lot of other things, like like I said, making strategy decks. So it does not matter whether you are into client servicing or whether you are a planner. It's
So
important that you know everything. It's important that you have a perspective on the design that goes out also, because that is what clients expect from you. You are needed to have an opinion of your own.
so you're not a postman, you have
No,
to have an
yeah,
opinion.
yes, exactly.
Unlike what people used to say, our client servicing is just
No,
liaisoning between two
absolutely
sides.
not.
No,
Absolutely not.
the
No.
client is paying for that and he
Yeah,
needs an
yeah.
opinion, a
And they
view
will
from you.
value you more, sir. Like we think that okay, we've had a tough day with the client, we've had a fight with the client, or we've had a fight with a creative partner. But they value that fight. They will kind of
Yes.
really, really look up to you if you have said that no, I believe you should do this because this is the right thing to do for the
Right.
brand. Because then it also gives them that confidence that okay, somebody is actually understanding my brand or thinking about it, from a depth perspective.
So true, completely. See, some questions which I am seeing there now, which probably I can also answer and ask your view. Is
So
getting jobs in the media and entertainment world going to be difficult in the near future? I feel yes, it is going to be difficult. The world is undergoing a very tremendous crisis.
yeah,
But I also feel that the media and entertainment industry is the one which will bounce back also faster because people will need entertainment.
it
We
is.
live by movies, we live by entertainment. So
It,
maybe the dimensions may
yeah,
change.
yeah,
From a
yeah,
film you will go to a OTT, from a OTT you go to a Instagram, but I
completely.
think the world continues.
Yes,
And
yes.
so do brands also look at it that way, that this journey is going to move?
Yeah, no, so in fact, sir, like you very rightly said, in fact, I don't think that I mean, for something to bounce back, something needs to have fallen, right? I don't think this industry is falling. If,
No.
like you rightly said, when we, I mean, some years ago, we were all glued onto the big screen that was television. Then a shift happened of everybody watching, content on phones. And then again, everybody moved back to now big screen where you have live TV plus OTT on the big screen. Right,
Wow.
you have Amazon Fire TV stick, which you just plug in. You now have a lot of, I mean, I work for a DTH brand, so I know that a lot of other brands are also now making Android boxes, where you have the
Oh,
convenience of getting, OTT content and live TV through one set-top box on the television. So you also have IoT, etc. So all of that happens. So I mean, therefore, I don't think that this kind of
the
is
jobs may stop. They may get
yeah,
delayed, or maybe they may transform into a different set of skills which will be required.
right,
But
exactly, exactly. But
industry is
it's not
growing,
going
and
to die down. And again,
yeah,
like
yeah.
I'm saying, so even brands or whatever or other companies that I'm seeing, I was just reading somewhere today morning that brands are taking a very strong stance. Sorry, sir, just a moment. हाँ, जाइए, चलेगा. Sorry, yeah. So a lot of brands today are also taking a very strong stance. I was reading in the morning, I think Parle, Amul and Maruti have all kind of, said that maybe going forward, if they feel that our journalism is going to continue the way it is today, they will probably kind of, reduce their media spends on news channels, because they feel that,
Yes,
yeah, because they feel that this is not what we want the people to kind of watch, or or this
at
is
their
not.
money.
Yeah, yeah. So they're feeling that I'd rather invest in better channels, than this.
Yes, better content for that
Better
matter.
content, better channels, everything.
Yes, so true. In fact, I know many brands whom I work with. So for the audience, I must tell you, I am also an alumnus from the Wellinger Institute of Management from the 97-99 batch. Okay. And I also have my work in the edutech space. So otherwise people will be wondering who I was doing all this. So,
Right.
a lot of my clients are also now talking about not advertising in some of the mainstream newspapers also. One, the youngsters don't read newspapers, but they still don't want all paid news to be floating in the media and in news channels at their cost and their money.
Correct.
They want to have meaningful conversations. So
Yes.
more, and I also get this feeling from a lot of the agency friends whom we have, most of the ads which are released in the so-called mainstream channels and newspapers are all blackmail ads, they call blackmail
Completely.
funding. They
Completely.
blackmail the brands for whatever reason from whoever, and that's why there are ads coming in. But
Right.
youngsters are going for completely
Right. Exactly.
meaningful conversations, and that's why it's the rise of ott platforms and private youtube
Yeah.
channels,
Yeah.
user driven content. Maybe for many viewers who are
Right.
watching us, they may find these terms new as user driven content or content strategy, but that's what exactly looks like the future of media and entertainment.
Yeah. Completely
And
so.
if we are not ready to learn new things, to really acquire new knowledge, new experiences, then there is no job for you. You are
Right.
stagnant. Somebody who was
Right.
selling a hardcore sales guy in a media agency selling response in Times of India has no job today,
Correct.
because he
Exactly.
never learned. He always thought ki I'm getting ads in house. People are coming and advertising on my page 1 and page 3. Those days are gone. So unless these guys don't transform, maybe what do people who are in media and entertainment industry already and not professionally qualified, this is the time to learn, because there
Completely
are
right.
no jobs. You are not getting jobs in the immediate future. Learn today so that you get employable tomorrow. Use your previous skills in sales or client servicing, or maybe you are in some different industry, but media is one industry which transforms like an amoeba all the time.
Yeah.
The agencies have transfer. But generally, since we are here, also wanted to ask you a question which maybe students would like to hear from you, because you match their age and profile. You are a BMM graduate. Most of the students who come to Wellinger also are BMM students
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
the PG program. There are questions which students are thinking, should I do the program immediately now after graduation, or when the market will improve, that time I will do? We have been suggesting, boss, this is the time,
Yes.
because there are no jobs. Do it today.
Today.
Equip yourself in next 1 year, so that when things improve, you are ready. What is
Completely.
your view on this?
I completely agree, sir. Yes. I mean, I don't think that learning anything should wait anyway. I think if you want to
Yes.
learn something, there's never a wrong time. And why wait just because you're waiting for the market to be ready? I think the market is already ready, like you're saying. Yeah, we even during the lockdown, it's not like the ads stopped on television. TV serials stopped, but the ads didn't. A lot of OTT content picked up, and OTT content, maybe we are now seeing ads otherwise also on platforms like YouTube. And you're right, sir, a lot of stuff is also going to be very user driven, or based on a lot of user experiences, etc. I think one of the best examples that probably we would now look at, if you look at brands like Lenskart or Myntra or stuff like that, every brand is now also focusing on giving you better experiences. The fact that you can try on eyeglasses through just a software, or the
Wow.
fact that you can kind of try on, like for Myntra is doing this thing where women can now try on makeup just by trying the online thing or virtual thing. So yeah, I mean, these are the best times to learn things, to explore all of this, to see what brands are doing, to see how the market is doing, and then put these learnings when you join it.
So true. And media is not purely media anymore. I think now it's
Not
about
not
Martech. Yeah.
yes,
It's
yes.
media, marketing, technology,
Technology.
all put together. And the new Martech sectors, maybe the Swiggies and the Amazon and the Ola rooms and Book My Show, these are the future of employment. And these are completely media driven sectors, I feel, You
Completely.
buy on
Yes,
Amazon because they make you see that on your phone.
yes, yes.
And
And
that's, I think,
every
media.
yes, and every brand. I mean, you won't believe the Apple unboxing thing has itself become a case study. The fact that they would
Yes.
put so much thought on giving you a phone that was charged, the way you unbox it, what is your interaction with just that box also matters. So yeah, brands are now focusing a lot onto user experiences, and design is now flowing from that. It's no more ki हाँ मुझे colorful कुछ ये दे दो वो दे दो. It's no more that.
I completely agree. So, as we come to conclude, what is your view for this younger incoming students? What is that they should look out for or watch out for? Because see, you have seen the Wellinkar program journey, you saw the subjects, you experienced them, and now you have also applied them in the last 5 years. You have been teaching at Wellinkars. So, what is that they should, one is that so the word today, what I want to know from you is, how do you design your career in media and entertainment as a youngster
Right,
after
right,
graduation?
right. So like I said, I think one of the best things that the media and entertainment course gives to you is it offers you a lot of variety, right? Like you very rightly said, you are kind of learning advertising also, you are learning PR also, you are learning brand building, script writing, event management, and stuff like that. So when you are learning those subjects, you will automatically get some sense of probably what you want to do. You will obviously have some form of skepticism also, but I think Wellinkar also gives you great mentors. The reason why I went to client servicing was because of Mangesh Borse sir. I was clear that
Wow.
I was clear that I will either get into advertising or research, if not that, because I like to do a lot of research also. But sir said that yes, why don't you kind of go into client servicing? It will open your roads to all of it. You will be able to learn also, to kind of apply things also, and it will not be just agar aap creative also. I mean, no offense, creativity is also great in its own form, but you are then constantly thinking of what to design there. Client servicing to me opened up that road of, okay, I am doing something with the creative also, I am doing strategy also, I am talking to my client also and understanding what they want. So yes, for any new or young media professional, I think once they get a sense of which road from this they want to choose, and then probably like taking that up as the career and then grooming themselves into it, or like I said, opening more learnings for that is where it will help them. And again, I think one of the main reasons why, and this is something that I always tell people, because even on LinkedIn I get a lot of requests that ma'am, I want to join Wellinkar, or ma'am, I want to join Ogilvy and stuff like that. But when I ask them that, okay, why do you want to join? A lot of people tell me that media is a very glamorous industry, and my answer to them is, if that's why you want to join, then don't join. because because yeah, firstly, because I always feel that glamour is a very myopic view on what you want to do. If you do good work, or if you kind of learn to do better at what you are, then you'll automatically shine. Like I said, I mean, I till this year also did not feel that, okay, I'm going to get impact 30 under 30. And nowhere in the back of my head also I had that, acha, I want to win it or something. In fact, I wasn't expecting that call, and like 10:30 in the night, I get a call from my boss saying, did you get a mail from this lady? And I was like, I'm not sure, I didn't see it. And then he said, no, you've got it. And I'm like, oh my God. So yeah, so I think just the 3 dates mein bola tha na sir, excellence ke piche bhago.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I don't think one should join for glamour. I think the media industry has a lot more avenues of why people should join in. Like you said, there's a lot of learning. Otherwise, there's technology, there's creativity. So if one has passion and if one has the perseverance to stick to their passions, then yes, for sure, people should join.
And I think this is one industry which really tests your patience
Completely.
and also tests your proactiveness.
Yes.
Nothing is given to you in this industry. You
No,
have
absolutely.
to acquire, you have to fight for every single thing.
Yes.
Once you are whether on the client side or on the agency side, on the production side.
Right.
Because every day you are in a business in media and entertainment. Every day you have to come up with a new idea.
New idea. Yes, exactly.
It's a factory to every day the client wants something new.
Correct.
And every day you have to present something new. रोज एक ही saying है ना, कुछ नया बताओ.
हाँ, बिल्कुल sir, वही है. So therefore for you to be able to tell somebody कि आपने क्या नया लाया, which means that you also have to keep on looking for newer information every day.
Read, research, look at things.
Yes, exactly. One has to read a lot, research a lot, have a lot of interactions. And listen, I think one of the good parts about media is also that you're encouraged to watch content. मतलब उससे भी आप सीखोगे. So people no more will tell you कि TV क्यों देख रहे हो. Because you being in media will know that acha, you are still learning something from a show, from a film, or whatever. It's your perspective.
Completely, the idea here again at V School for the PGP Media Entertainment is to give you a very thorough experience of various aspects, because you don't know. Today Chaitanya was lucky that she found her passion and went into client servicing. Tomorrow you may go into esports. Companies like Dream 11 has shown the world what a power of technology and sports can be.
Completely.
So, so have an open mind for various aspects of media. Many of you may have felt you are good in creativity and you had a dream of film making or all those things. Media is the only industry which allows people with qualification, without qualification, till the time you can come up to something,
Right.
And then a degree gives from a premier business school like Wellinger could probably give you that lift and that launch pad, and it gives you recognition within the industry. Generally, I'm sure you will agree to this, because in your entire success journey, and Impact 30 Under 30 is a very well looked after award by the media fraternity, generally by marketeers, by advertisers. Right. And then probably your agency also is proud that our executive is a media 30 under 30. It helps them to pitch to clients also. That's the, because it proves something. With this, in this entire journey, you think a professional, maybe this background of Wellinger and the brand name at right time could open up gates for you in networking, or maybe because even though you're in the media program, you are a part of the family at V School across programs, So people also recognize you on LinkedIn that way.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that helps. How does networking help? Because one DNA at V School is networking. You must have seen that.
Yes.
All our programs will encourage people to network.
Yes, and in fact, sir, one of the events that we did during V School also, the whole GPI, event that we did, Global Peace Initiatives,
Global
the
Peace,
event that
yes.
So at that point of time also, Aditya Bhatt sir asked us to kind of approach celebrities, and we were given a task to kind of get celebrities free, to walk the ramp for free, because it was for a charity. Typically, convincing people to do this, becomes a task in itself, but it also teaches you persuasion. It also teaches you, or, enables you to push more, to go out, meet people, get into networking and stuff like that. So, be it the Wellinger, network, be it the Ogilvy network. I mean, one of the things that the corporate world accepts from you today is the whole fact that, do people know you within the agency? Do people know you at the client's end? You are expected to build partnerships. At Ogilvy, we are always taught that, you are not just like, you are not just an agency and a client, you're also partners. You're not just a client servicing person and the creative person. You're also partners. So for you to develop partnership, you have to get into networking. You have to understand other people. You have to appreciate their perspective, their culture, and be more open. So yes, networking is definitely important, and it really helps. The Wellinger network also. I mean, like I said, I got a call from Mangesh Borse sir saying, that would you like to teach or whatever, and I was like, sure, sir, absolutely. And so now, and that is what is helping me. A lot of kids that I taught at Wellinger are now also colleagues at Ogilvy. So
Wow,
yeah,
so
yeah.
nice.
So it's a beautiful journey, throughout, and it always
Right.
helps, to have more people around you, people whom you know, or people who know you. They'll always back you.
So nice. So since you said about teaching, this is an open invitation for you, okay, to now come back and teach to the students of the upcoming batch for the Wellinger Media and Entertainment program. Our
Sure,
Dean for the Media Entertainment, Mr. Anand James sir, also is watching you, and I'm sure is waiting to call you after the event so that he can tell you when the schedules are. So this year's
sure.
2020 batch, friends, we are starting in the month of November. Maybe initial few weeks or months we may have it online, and then we go classroom based. And we are going to take a commitment from Chainali that she is going to teach in this batch as a guest faculty, and we are really looking forward to you for that, Chainali.
Sure,
You know.
sure,
So
definitely.
what else could be, such a pride moment for any business school like V School, where their student has now done so much outside with her, your efforts, the mehnat you have done to really prove to the world ki what kind of caliber you possess, and then again you come back and give back to the institute, and
Right,
train new set of people. That's the
right.
way we have been doing for last 40 years now as an institution. So I'm also very, very proud alumnus of this school. You also know a
Yes,
lot of people at senior positions at V School are alumnus from the school.
yes, yes,
So
absolutely.
that is the entire way we are building the band. So with this note, Chainali, thanks a lot for your time on a Sunday evening, and we are really proud of
Thank you
you.
so much.
And my best wishes from the Wellinger Institute of Management, the PGP Media and Entertainment team, to spend your time today with us, and give my regards to all your batchmates also. We will love to call them and know their stories also. Yeah. So
Definitely,
best
sir. Thank
regards.
you.
Take
It's
care.
completely my
Yeah, and give
honor
my
too,
regards.
and sure, sir, sure.
Hey,
It's
thanks a
completely
lot,
my
and
honor
give
too,
my
and my regards too.
sure, and give my regards to your family also, to your dad also. Yeah, we
Sure,
have been good friends
sure, yeah.
after you became a student, right? Yeah,
Yes,
thank you very much.
yes.
Yes.
All right, sir.
Okay, best of luck to
Thank you.
you.
Very
Thank
nice talking.
you.
Thank you,
Bye.
sir. Same to you.